Why did nobody tell me that in 2008, this guy found a little part of the heart of Jesus? And by the end of this video, I am going to show you actual, real-life images of this part of the heart of Jesus that left the scientists completely speechless. In 2008, in a small town called Sokolka, Poland, a priest was celebrating a completely ordinary Catholic mass when he suddenly accidentally drops a consecrated host. Now, the entire congregation, they just kind of saw this and they just laughed it off. But in Catholic tradition, this is a very big deal. You can't just pick up the host and throw it to the trash. That's blasphemous. It's a blessed host. This is considered the holy and the real body of Christ. So you can't just throw it away. Instead, you have to let it return to God naturally. So the Catholics have a protocol that mandates that when something like this happens, they place the host in a little container with water and they just let it naturally dissolve. And so that's exactly what the priest does. He grabs this cup full of water, he places the host in there, he closes it up in the tabernacle, and a few days later, he goes to check on it. Now, usually, after 2 days of the host being submerged in water, this is what it should look like. But instead, the priest, as soon as he opens the door to the tabernacle, he simply began to scream because he just couldn't explain what was happening in that tabernacle. So they send this cup to scientists, pathologists, dozens of different researchers to see if they could maybe explain what was going on, because it was so bizarre and so grotesque that it didn't even look like it belonged to a church. Now, they didn't tell any of the researchers the story of this or what it was or where it came from. They just took a little piece of this host and they sent it off to a bunch of different labs. And every single one of the researchers that examined this was extremely confused by this, and some were even horrified because all of the researchers concluded the same exact thing. This was real heart tissue from a human, specifically from the left ventricle. And what's even stranger than this is that the muscle fibers showed there were signs of extreme agony, almost as if it came from the heart of someone who had gone through torture or intense stress. However, this tissue was somehow still alive, whereas with human hearts, it would usually die within 4 hours of not having a blood supply. So as soon as they get the results back, the Vatican steps in and officially calls it a Eucharistic miracle. A rare, but very real type of miracle where a consecrated host actually turns into the real heart of none other than Jesus Christ. And what you're seeing now on screen is the real images of this Eucharistic miracle. This is, in fact, part of the heart of the Christ.